Hey guys, and welcome back to Prince Chair's Wrestle Zone, and today we're going to be reviewing AEW Dynamite and Rampage on March 20th. The shows were back to back, so there was no interruptions. But anyways, let's get straight into it. But before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video, and now let's get started for real. To kick off the show, Tony Schiavone was at the ring, and he had Mercedes Moné talking once again, just like how last week. The promo, it was pretty similar to last week's promo, but instead, this week we had a video package about Mercedes Moné. It was basically what she's been doing for the past months. After her promo, the lights cut off, and it turned out Julia and Sky Blue were actually at the ring, and were going to confront Mercedes. Mercedes actually beat up both Julia Hart and Sky Blue, and then Sky Blue saved Julia Hart before she was about to get beat up anymore, and then they went under the ring and got some chairs. But then Willow's music came, and then Willow and Kris Statlander both came out to save Mercedes Moné from Julia and Sky Blue. The beef between Mercedes and Willow will continue to grow throughout the rest of the show until Dynasty. So the first match for the night was Eddie Kingston versus Okada for the Continental Championship, and Okada actually beat Eddie Kingston, and that surprised me. The chops in this match were absolutely crazy. But during the entire match, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, the Young Bucks, were backstage with Tony Khan watching the match, and they were back there witnessing everything that was happening, including him beating Eddie Kingston. But after the match, Pac came out and he confronted Okada, and I assume that match will be happening at Dynasty between Okada and Pac. Renee Paquette was backstage interviewing Swerve, and Swerve was basically just saying that since he had a segment on the show later in that day, he was offering an open challenge to anyone who wanted to fight him. Kris Statlander and Willow Nightingale were interviewed ahead of their street fight match on Rampage. But before they got to say anything, Mercedes Moné interrupted. Kris Statlander told Mercedes thank you for having Willow's back last week when she fought Riho, which means Kris Statlander and Mercedes Moné are really friends now. But Mercedes is not friends with Willow after she tried ending her career in New Japan Pro Wrestling. After that, Chris Jericho fought Hook, and I have to say, like last week, I was gonna watch out for this match, and it was a really good match. Hook ended up winning. It's kind of surprising that Hook actually beat the first ever AEW World Champion. But yeah, after that match, Adam Cole was talking in his big house about how Wardlow lost to Samoa Joe on Big Business. Adam Cole said that he's disappointed in Wardlow for losing, and he's going to have a new role, which is going to be to protect the Kingdom from losing their belts and Roderick Strong. Renee Paquette interviewed Chris Jericho, and he had nothing bad to say about Hook. He actually said next week he will be offering something that no one really knows, but we kind of know at the same time because there's still one open slot for the tag team tournament, and I'm assuming Chris Jericho is going to have Hook enter that tournament in that last slot. But who will his partner be? I don't know. After that interview, we had another interview, but this time it's in the ring. Tony Schiavone was interviewing Will Ospreay, again ahead of his match at Dynasty. The following collision from this Dynamite and Rampage back to back, Bryan Danielson said that Will Ospreay is a great wrestler, but he can't walk in his shoes. Well, Will Ospreay had something to say about that. He said that he can't walk in his shoes because they're too small, and because he is going to be following his steps by fighting Shibata next week. A women's tag match between Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo and Toni Storm and Mariah May. It was a really good match, and the winner was Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa. I assume the Dynasty match that they're trying to make is going to be between Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm, because Thunder Rosa never lost her belt. She just had to forfeit and vacate the belt. But that would be a good Dynasty match. Swerve Strickland came out for his open challenge match, and who actually came out to fight him was the Butcher. Swerve actually had his first submission win here on Dynamite. After Swerve won, he got on the mic. He started targeting Samoa Joe and how he's going to keep security to watch his back. After Swerve won his match, he was given the mic and he started talking. He talked about how Samoa Joe is going to keep security to watch his back, but Swerve said that he can take them all out week after week. That caught the attention of Samoa Joe, and so Samoa Joe came out to confront him. Samoa Joe went back and forth with Swerve, but then Don Callis came out and started talking to Swerve about how Takeshita and him have like the same amount of wins, but only thing is that Takeshita is undefeated out of the Don Callis family. So basically what Don Callis was trying to do was build up to Takeshita versus Swerve, which is going to be happening next week on Dynamite. But after that, it was the main event time. Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland in an I Quit match for the TNT Championship. During the beginning of the match, it looked like Adam Copeland was winning. But then things turned around when Mother Wayne, Nick Wayne, and Killswitch all came out to help Christian Cage from losing. But then Daddy Magic and Daniel Garcia came out to even up the odds a little bit. Daniel Garcia and Daddy Magic handcuffed Killswitch and Nick Wayne to each corners in the ring. Christian Cage was also handcuffed to the corner beside them. Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne couldn't do anything. Even Mother Wayne ran away because she didn't want to get involved with it. But then Adam Copeland went under the ring and grabbed Spike. Copeland hit Christian Cage with Spike once, and then Christian Cage still didn't quit, so Adam Copeland did it again. But right before he did it again, Christian Cage said, "I quit." Obviously that means Adam Copeland is our new TNT champion. So congratulations for him, because now he is a 2-time TNT champion. For Rampage, they started out with Jay White and the Guns in Florida. They kept talking about how they saved Darby when it was Jay White versus Darby at Big Business, but to be honest, that wasn't saving. After they finished talking, the Acclaim came out. They confronted Jay White and the Guns. Of course, Billy Gunn was not there because of what happened to him last week on Big Business. But basically what the Acclaim did was confront Jay White and the Guns, because I'm thinking at Dynasty it will be Jay and the Guns versus the Acclaim for maybe the Trios Championships or the Ring of Honor 6-Man Tag Team Championships. Either or. Anyways, the first Rampage match was between the Best Friends and the Don Callis family. This match ended up being great, and Orange Cassidy got the pin over Kyle Fletcher, and Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta move on in the tournament. Shibata was in action against Kevin Matthews, and it was a quick win because Shibata is getting ready for his match on Dynamite against Will Ospreay. After that match, Takeshita took on Rocky Romero, and of course, Takeshita won. Takeshita winning this match is obviously a build-up for him fighting Swerve, but I don't think he's actually going to beat Swerve, because Swerve should deserve another title shot against Samoa Joe. He wasn't pinned at Revolution, which means he technically didn't lose, but he technically didn't win. So honestly, I think he should deserve another title shot. But anyways, it was the main event. Julia Hart and Sky Blue versus Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale for the second time. The first time, it was Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale who beat Julia Hart and Willow Nightingale. But this time it was different because Julia Hart actually made Chris Statlander tap out. Both Dynamite and Rampage had a great main event, but now let's start talking about March 27th episode of Dynamite. 2 of the matches I already said before, so let's just talk about those. Will Ospreay and Shibata is going to be the match of the night. Will Ospreay's in it, so obviously it's going to be great, because when Shibata fought Bryan Danielson, that was a great match, and Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay is obviously going to be at Dynasty. So for Shibata to be in there fighting both of these contestants that will be fighting each other at Dynasty, I think it will be a great match. Takeshita will also be taking on Swerve, and it's kind of like a #1 contendership, but they never really announced it. But I think the winner of this match should be Swerve. Another tag team tournament match will be happening on Dynamite between the Young Bucks and Private Party. These 2 tag teams actually faced each other in a tag team tournament a long time ago, and now they're facing again. The Young Bucks are a part of the Elite, and Okada just won the Continental Championship. So should the Young Bucks qualify, or should Private Party qualify? This is a hard decision for me, but I'm just going to say Private Party, because I think they should be getting a chance at the World Tag Team Championships. Anyways, that was it for today, guys. But make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video, and also go subscribe to the TRC channel, because they react to K-pop and all that type of stuff. I will also be making a gaming channel very soon. I don't know when, but I know it's going to be happening, so make sure you stay tuned out for that too. But other than that, see you in the next video. Peace.